Hey there, it's Dr. Hillary Hushover from Rangeline Chiropractic. I'm going to talk about part 3 of my leaky gut syndrome. The first two parts we talked about what is leaky gut syndrome, why do people have it, how to fix it, and now we're going to talk more about the nutritional supplement aspect of leaky gut syndrome. And then finally, I'm going to wrap up and talk about a program that we actually offer at the office that I've also personally done. So I'm going to share my PowerPoint with you, that way you can kind of look along with me. So the nutritional supplements, I have been looking in and researching. There's probably a whole bunch, but here's what I found so far. The goal with the supplements is to get more diversity in like the amount of good bacteria that we need, to decrease like the inflammatory foods that are causing our issues in the first place. Some of the supplements that I've been looking into are Marshmallow Root, which I know you guys are all thinking, I love marshmallows, great. Probably the wrong marshmallow. That has an amino acid in there to actually repair some of the tissue and kind of create more of a protective layer. You can use the marshmallow root in like teas and tinctures and powders, and they can put it even in capsules to take too. Another one you've probably heard of is aloe vera. So we all have heard of the aloe plant. That inhibits the cytokines that cause inflammation. And when you have more aloe vera, and you can actually use it to decrease your gastric acid. Another one is licorice root. Also, you guys are thinking, great, I love licorice. It's not Twizzlers. What that's going to help with is the mucosal lining. In fact, there's a lot of studies that show properties as like anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antiviral. Probiotics and prebiotics. So prebiotics, we want to think of the prebiotics to feed the healthy bacteria to grow. So some of these things would include soluble fibers such as found in avocado, banana, blueberries, Brussels sprouts, and carrots. There's actually quite a few, like a long list of these great soluble fiber vegetables and fruits. I just picked a few that I know that were easy for us to find. Other things that I've found in my studies, more like rest and relaxation. So you've heard of the term like fight or flight response, where your sympathetics and parasympathetics are off. Your sympathetics, you're in high overdrive. That's found in a lot of stressful and anxieties type of situations. So we need to lower that. Getting enough sleep actually helps reduce inflammation in our body. So avoiding even foods that trigger inflammation and that would maybe prevent you from sleeping well, like sugars, gluten, dairy, alcohol. Getting enough exercise. And then there's some research to show that even some essential oils found in like peppermint, thyme, and rose. But I also caution you to find someone knowledgeable enough instead of just jumping in and using those. So the program for the leaky gut syndrome contains using a great probiotic that has a lot of different strands and amounts. So I've listed the types of different strands found in this probiotic. Some of them tolerate environments, they lower the pH, they can boost your immune system, they help break down your food, prevent against possibly soy-related allergies. So that's the Lactobacillus plantarum. I think you might have heard that there's more people that are becoming allergic to soy. So they're looking into that type of probiotic to help with that. I thought that was interesting. And even a probiotic to help with like taking too much antibiotics. I think if you or you had kids that have been on antibiotics and have that type of diarrhea due to it, there's a specific strand to help with that. And I've listed that below. Another product is called Digestion that I love. It actually helps digest your food and allows your body to absorb the nutrients that it needs. So it can also help with excess gas and bloating feeling. There's quite a few enzymes in it, and I tried to list them all. Lipase for breaking down fat. There's a few protease type ones, so I listed those. Lactase is the one that helps break down lactose found in dairy. Amylase helps break down our carbohydrates. Cellulase helps to break down in fiber. Obviously, we're needing that fiber for the prebiotic, but we also need something sometimes to help break it down so your body can utilize it, especially if it's already in a state of having issues. Invertase actually splits the sucrose into two molecules, into glucose and fructose. So everything is breaking down to like elemental levels. That way your body can absorb and utilize things better. CNGR Max. This is a powder that you mix with a little bit of water, but there's a lot of things in it that help your body. So we're looking at things to help the cells, the villi in your intestines, help with your immunity and regularity, immune response, in that we can find licorice roots, the marshmallow, zinc, aloe vera, and slippery elm bark. There's some different reasons why that is helpful. I just didn't list all of it. The other product that I love is called Clean, and this actually helps control the bad like yeast in your body and parasites. And so some people, and I know women a lot, are more prone to maybe yeast infections, but other people can get it like topically too. And so when it gets overgrown in your body, you need something to help break that down and break that cycle. In this Clean product, there's cranberry, garlic, apple, black walnut powder, carrot juice. There's a papaya fruit powder. There's so much in there. I couldn't list it all, but I wanted you to see these are all like natural products to allow your body to heal. So a lot of these things that I've talked about are not approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. I know you're shocked to hear that. And it's really not intended to diagnose, treat, or prevent or cure anything. It's just some information I wanted to get out for you. I've personally done this program, and so I feel like I'm qualified to help you through it. So as a doctor of chiropractic, that is in my scope of practice to help. So you might be thinking, great, I've listened to the 3 parts. When can I start? So I've listed my information. The easiest way would be maybe to call or email office@rangelinechiropractic.com. I put our website is rangelinechiropractic.com. The whole program itself is 42 days, and that includes 2 bottles of the Clean, 2 bottles of the probiotics, 2 bottles of the digestion formula, and then 1 container of the CNGR Max. That's in the powder that I was talking about. So all of this combined together in 42 days, plus maybe some dietary modifications. It all comes with a packet. And then what I do is I help guide you through it. So I did not list the price because the price may fluctuate, and depending on what time in year you're listening to this. So the best thing to do would be to reach out to us, and then I can help with that. So in conclusion, I hope that you've learned quite a bit, maybe too much, about the leaky gut syndrome. I personally did the program, and I even had my mom do it. We were both happy with the results. I cannot say that I personally was like over the moon. However, I didn't have a lot of symptoms, so I can't say like, oh my gosh, it was life-changing. I definitely can see a difference, and I definitely can see why this would benefit someone who is definitely prone to a lot of leaky gut syndrome, has been diagnosed with it, has the symptoms. So in the first couple modules, we talked about symptoms, signs, and then who's prone to them. And so feel free to go back and watch those other modules and reach out to me, and I would be happy to help.